We all have those thoughts that keep racing through our minds, fast enough to make Kipchoge jealous. Not so long ago, I used to be friends with an especially peculiar character. I first encountered him a few years ago. He wasn't very appealing to the eye, but he had this way of making his words sound so convincing. If I could describe this friend in a few words, I'd say he is persistent, relentless, manipulative, deceptive. Don't tell him I said this, but he's not a very good friend. But he is talented, extremely talented at doing one thing: deterring people from achieving their dreams and goals. He had a very limited vocabulary, and he prefers to stick to a few words which he loves to use as often as he possibly can. Every time he visited me, he'd use only these words: "You can't. You are a failure. You don't have what it takes. You are not capable. You will never achieve anything." Talk about a toxic friendship. And I know at this point you're probably wondering, who on earth is this? And no, it's not Gordon Ramsay from Hell's Kitchen. Actually, this friend goes by the creative stage name Negative Thoughts. From the look on some of your faces, I'm guessing maybe you've met him before. It's not unlikely. After all, it is a small world. But at that time, I didn't see it as a toxic friendship that needed to end. I simply saw it as negative thoughts stating facts. I believed that he was smarter than me and knew me better than I knew myself. So I listened to each and everything he said and took his words as the obvious truth. And each time I did this, I would miss out on opportunities and avenues for self-growth. For many years, I simply sat back and let negative thoughts run my life. Until I decided enough was enough. I was fed up and exhausted. So I decided to go on this journey of ending our friendship. But just like eating ugali without a cold glass of milk, I knew it was going to be difficult. The first step of this journey was acceptance. I had to accept that my friendship with negative thoughts was detrimental to me. I had to accept that negative thoughts was a one-way express train headed straight to the overcrowded land of failure. Acceptance wasn't easy, but I reminded myself that it's exactly like applying surgical spirit to a fresh wound. It hurts for a few seconds, but is the first step towards healing. The next thing I had to do was confront negative thoughts. Now, I know when you look at me, I'm not Muhammad Ali, and although I'm born in May, I'm still no Floyd Mayweather. But I knew that my battle with negative thoughts had to come to an end with one last fight. He needed to know that he was no longer welcome in my life, and I was done being friends. So I called him and told him, and he tried to convince me that he was a friend I could never get rid of, no matter how hard I tried. So to prove him wrong, I made a new friend. Her name is Positive Thoughts. She is beautiful, genuine, kind, focused, and encourages me to be the best version of myself that I possibly can be. She taught me the value of self-affirmation. I affirmed myself each and every day, sometimes even out loud. And people would come up to me and ask, have you gone mad? And I'd say, no, I'm just talking to myself. Furthermore, the next thing I had to do was understand that I could achieve anything that I believed if I set my mind to. By doing this, many aspects of my life changed for the better. Was I more confident? Absolutely. Was I more eager to take on new challenges? YES. And most importantly, I was happier, no longer weighed down by the spirit-crushing words of negative thoughts. And finally, a crucial thing I learned is how to stop comparing myself to others. His Excellency, the President Uhuru Kenyatta, shines in his area as being the President of Kenya. But if he tried to model like Kim Kardashian, well, it might not go as planned. And you would think by now that negative thoughts would have gotten the hint to leave me alone. But no, he still calls me from time to time, asking that we should rekindle our friendship. But all he hears on the other end of the line is, "Sorry, the mobile subscriber cannot be reached." Thank you.